Hi, this is a study titled Sound Designer Generative AI Interactions towards designing creative support tools for professional sound designers. In this study, we aim to explore how sound designers can leverage generative AI technologies in their creative work. I'm Purnima Kamath, and I'm joined by my colleagues at the National University of Singapore and the University of Auckland in this presentation and in this research. The practice of sound design is the creative use of sounds to build convincing cinematic experiences for consumers in films and in games. Sound designers are artists who perform highly technical and creative work. They make deliberate use of sounds arising from our everyday sonic environments, such as the sound made by a dog barking, or say the sound of footsteps on different surfaces, or the sound of a motor vehicle passing by. As generative AI technologies are becoming more ubiquitous to creative applications, in this study, we aim to explore how generative AI models can assist expert sound designers in their creative practice. For this, we designed and implemented two interactive audio AI models as creative support tools based on either domain-specific controls or technology-specific controls. For domain-specific controls, we enabled interactivity with the AI model using acoustic parameters such as frequency bands and other fader controls. By modifying these controls, a designer can generate synthetic sounds which are used to search or query the latent space of the model, which results in a matching AI-generated sound. In this demo, you will observe how we can control the material properties of an impact sound by changing the synthetic sound on the left. For technology-specific controls, we enabled interactivity with the AI model using latent dimensions. Using this interactivity, designers are able to perform edits to the sound directly in the latent space of the AI model. Note that on this interface, we leave the dimensions unlabeled and allow designers to interpret the dimensions based on their intuition. Both interfaces in our study used the same underlying AI model and differed only in how the generation was controlled. In this demo, for the technology-specific controls, you will observe how we can change the pitch of the dog bark using the emergent properties of the latent space of the model. We asked 9 practitioners to use these creative support tools for creative tasks. We conducted semi-structured interviews and analyzed the data using reflexive thematic analysis. From our analysis, we identified 3 main themes and 5 design recommendations for future researchers of sound design. Next, we would like to share some of the interesting findings from our study. We found that sound designers regularly engage in field recording, that is, recording new sounds and looking for new source material outside of their studio. Typically, a 5-second field recorded audio takes a few hours to denoise and process before use. In such cases, AI generated sounds can be considered as a suitable and a convenient alternative to field recordings. Through our interviews, we also found that sound designers focused mostly on the overall perceptual aspects of the sound that they worked with. It was not important where the sound originated from. For instance, although the AI model the designers used in their creative task was trained on impact sounds made by a drumstick, the designers used the controls on the tools to generate novel and fantastically sounding sounds, ranging from trilling cicadas to something that sounded like an adolescent monster. As researchers for creative support tools, we train AI models by incentivizing the model to replicate real world sounds. In the study, we find that while real world replications are sometimes useful for sound design, they might have limited use in generating such fantastical sound palettes. One of our interfaces, the technology specific controls, we left the dimensions unlabeled. These dimensions were derived based on the emergent properties from the latent space of an AI model. This ambiguity in the dimensions enabled some of our sound designers to pay more attention to the effect of these controls on the generated sounds and further be able to personalize these dimensions based on their intuition and experience during the creative task. We thank you for your attention during this presentation. If you would like to gain more insights into the world of sound design or are interested in knowing what terms such as sweeteners or twisting controls or reduced listening means, we would like to invite you to read our paper. Thank you, and we look forward to meeting you at the conference.